Welcome back to Ape Escape. So on the road between Spectre's factory and the TV station, we found D-pad being thrown We found monkeys throwing bananas at D-pad.
Stupid monkeys.
That was like the most
All I
awful.
asked
That
was
was
if
like
you
the
were
most awful segue you've ever done.
Oh, shut up.
Yes.
Yeah, so welcome to the
This was the worst segue of all time.
Welcome to the second to last Spectre level. And yeah, this is the only game with 3 of these. Every 2 and 3 have just 2.
Okay, so just as a reminder, when did this game come out again?
98.
Okay, so when did the PS2 come out? That was 2000, right?
Yeah.
Did they already have an idea what the console was going to look like by the time this game came out?
I have no idea.
Because if so, they really did miss.
I don't think so.
They really did miss an opportunity to tease the PlayStation 2 in this stage. It would have been fitting.
Maybe. But yeah, and just in case if you're...
Things look like from something out of Star Wars.
Yeah, they do. And yes, if you're thinking, oh, you're just climbing to the top, yeah, you're climbing to the top of the tower.
Please tell me there's an elevator.
Nope.
What a bunch of narcs. How many floors are there?
Honestly, I can't remember off the top of my head. I really can't remember off the top of my head.
Right.
But I will also state this. When we do the revisit, this has one of the least amount of monkeys.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Because I mean, it's like you noticed that the one thing at the beginning, that's one I missed. Because you can't get it until you have the final gadget. And I think I also have like one other gadget. One other monkey to grab.
Alright.
I can't remember off the top of my head. And yes, this is just idiot. You're supposed to you're supposed to open that door. It's also me randomly wandering around trying to find the damn button. Also, interesting note, they kind of barely do the locked out system. The monkey lock system in the later games. Like, I mean, there's like, I want to say there's like 2 levels where they actually do it. In 3. Can't remember for 2 because I also don't like 2.
Why? What's wrong with 2?
2 is basically boring.
Says you, I had fun with it.
It also has one of the worst Spectre
well,
fights in the entire series.
I enjoyed Ape Escape 2. It's the best game I've ever played.
Ed, you've never played it.
You don't need to know that. But besides,
Next you're gonna tell me that Edgy actually liked Next you're gonna tell me Edgy liked Sonic 06.
I do like Sonic 06.
Yeah, he actually has said he does to me.
Well, okay, not that I like it, but that I feel like the hatred towards the game is unjustified.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why some people don't like it, but Sonic 06, in my opinion, is... I mean, a lot of the jank and ugliness that people mention about it's just from being, you know, for the new generation. So they didn't know yet how they were supposed to, you know, leverage that. I feel like that's where a lot of the
like the limitations of systems.
And also a lot of limitations are also from the PS3 version too.
Yeah. And let's
Yeah.
let's not forget that, Sega being a Japanese company, they do tend to develop for the PS3 first.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I say kind of because I do believe that a lot of Capcom's titles were played better on Xbox 360.
A
Like,
lot of games and a lot of multiplayer games that were basically shared between PS3 and 360 play better on the 360
yeah.
because the PS3 was such a nightmare to develop for.
Well, not just that, but like the thing is, if everybody owns an Xbox 360, which everybody did because it was the cheaper version, the cheaper console to get, like, yeah, of course that's a version you're going to prioritize.
Yeah.
Like, Sony eventually got the upper hand, but to this day, like, it's still fair to say that the Xbox 360 was the one that reigned supreme.
The better console in that generation, outside of the Wii, of the two consoles, the Wii was still the best one.
Yeah,
but it's also because of the family angle. But in terms of the actual consoles, yeah, it was 360.
And it should also be mentioned that a lot of people who had a Wii in that generation end up going with an Xbox 360 or PS3 later in that generation anyway, because hey, this game Dead Rising on the Wii, it looks pretty.
It's actually really shitty.
I was actually watching a walkthrough for like a walkthrough for like the Wii version of Dead Rising last night, just for the hell of it, and I'm just like, yeah.
I mean,
Why did this come up for the Wii?
The best thing I could say about basically how to describe Dead Rising is VG Cats.
Yeah, VG Cats.
So they make it come.
Back to the whole.
The ironic
Going back
thing.
to the whole Xbox talk. Ooh, go ahead.
The ironic thing is, while the Wii version of Dead Rising sucked, it still gave us the best version of Bully.
Well,
the Scholarship Edition, I believe, came out first on the Wii.
Scholarship Edition, it did come out on the Wii, but the thing is, in terms of graphics, it was basically the PS2 game with a bunch of tweaked shadows.
Yeah,
it had the same content as the Xbox 360 edition, but if you would call it the best edition of the game, it really depends, because I do feel like
it came out first. I'm not saying it's the best period, but compared to the original one, the Wii is better than the original PS2.
Well, yeah, I do feel like I do prefer playing Scholarship Edition. It's just I prefer playing Scholarship Edition on the Xbox 360 or on the PC. That's not me being like downer on motion controls, but the thing is, if I play a game with motion controls, I don't feel like I don't feel like Rockstar and motion controls is a concept that goes well, even though LA Noire on the Switch had gyro aim.
Yeah, but
But then it also had touchscreen support.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, LA Noire on the Switch, it has touchscreen support. You can play if I'm not mistaken, you can play the entire game without ever touching controller. It's just a pity that, you can. The Switch version.
You're still playing LA Noire.
And it looks like shit, and it runs like shit, and it doesn't have HDR, it doesn't have 4K
Okay,
support.
we get it.
Okay, getting back to the whole Xbox 360. I actually went through two 360s when I got Sonic 06, because I got like my Xbox 360 and Sonic 06 for Christmas that year, and first time Red Ring of Death, and then second Xbox Red Ring of Death again. So two Red Rings of Death before.
Jesus,
I know.
You got unlucky, dude.
it was funny because my brother's like watching me play like the game. He's like, I think the Xbox doesn't like the Sonic game, so that's probably why it's giving me the Ring of Death.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
But no, honestly, I wouldn't mind a remake of 06.
I mean, we have Project 06.
a remake, like official.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be that guy, but I don't think we should count fan projects towards, remakes and whatnot.
I mean, people prefer. I mean, from what I've heard, people prefer the 16-bit version of Triple Trouble over the original version.
That might be the case, but I'm sorry, but if it's not made by like the actual people, it could be like Game of the Year material, unless it got like the actual proper endorsement. I kind of just turn my head around it.
All right.
Because you know, like it's kind of the same way I feel towards AM2R. It's something where I know it's there. I know that people absolutely love it, but yeah, and if you're going to spend that much time and effort, I prefer that you just make your own thing. You don't make like a remake of something. Make something.
Remake. Yeah.
I don't want to say make something actually creative, but make something that doesn't already exist. Because with Sonic Triple Trouble, yeah, people are going to eat that shit up, and Sega's just going to let them be. But AM2R, you see what happens there.
Granted,
every attempt it has on resurfacing, Nintendo takes it down again.
I haven't heard any other attempts to resurface it ever since the after Samus Returns was announced.
Well, yeah, but think about it. But when you think about it, AM2R is available on everything. Samus Returns is only available on the 3DS.
Yeah.
Which is not relevant anymore.
Hey, I still play my 3DS.
Oh, so do I. But the platform isn't relevant anymore. You cannot buy new games for it. You cannot buy games on the eShop anymore because, hey, what's better than making shitloads of money by keeping our platform alive? Don't.
I mean, it's like, to be fair to that one, it's also server costs too.
Yeah, but I don't think it would cost that. I don't think it would cost that much, especially if you just plunk everything on like a drive and combine it with the download service for the Switch and the just for the Switch, because that's the one that's up. Like, just because the install base is significantly lower, it doesn't mean that it's not there. That it's not there. People still want to buy their 3DS games, their Wii U games. And you say server costs, but if you bought something on the 3DS eShop, aren't you still able to download it?
Yeah.
So the server costs are still there regardless.
Okay, speaking of DS games, I actually still have a copy of Kirby Canvas Curse, and it's a funny story because I had the copy originally, and my brother lost my copy of it. So for the longest time, I'm like, I'm gonna find a copy of this game, and he's like, oh well, it's a rare 3DS, like it's a rare DS game, you're not gonna find it. So one time when I was visiting Steven. One time when I was visiting Steven, we went to like this game shop, and not only did I pick Canvas Curse up, but I also picked up a copy of Super Princess Peach.
Nice.
And I showed them in front of his face. I'm like, what was that about you telling me that they're rare, that I'll never find them? that pissed him right off, and I
I
felt
mean, you also
so
got
good for that.
lucky. You also got lucky.
Yeah. Like I
Oh, yeah.
don't think that I don't think that I could find a PAL copy of Yakuza 2 for the PS2 that easily.
I mean, you never know.
Hmm.
I was in the one small gaming store near where I used to live. I was able to find and buy FF7.
Well, yeah, but FF7 isn't a
Oh,
rare
nice.
game.
It
Like,
is.
It's still a PS1 game, and this was basically this was still past 2010. Edgy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of retro games, if you know where to look,
True,
you
true.
can find them. Like
True.
there's plenty of places out there that sell like SNES, Genesis, NES, Mega, Master System. Like there are retro stores out there, and while I don't know if I've got any near me, I do know that in the US there's plenty of them. I do know that on the on the bazaar, basically at a free market that's near me, I know that there are some retro video game dedicated sellers. At least I remember when I was 10 years old, I went to the bazaar and I ended up buying a PS1 copy of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for $5.
You got ugly
This-
Hagrid.
This was the only time I ever purchased a PS1 game. It's the only PS1 game that I've got physically. Because we at the time bought a PS1 with a bunch of games for $5. But guess what? The games that were included, they weren't exactly
nice.
they weren't exactly black CD PlayStation discs. They were CDRs and they didn't run.
Oh.
Yeah, so
those-
it's great that we got a PS1 for $5 with up to 50 included games, but it's basically 0 included games.
Because you can't play the game.
And what also kind of stunk was that it didn't include a memory card. So, yeah. And what's also even better is that at the time I was usually only allowed 15 minutes of game time per day. So, guess who can still recite the Dutch intro for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
It's
Speaking of,
weird.
like,
It's
retro games,
weird that
Matt.
it's weird that I played that game so many times, but I cannot remember anything past the
But you know it by heart.
first 15 minutes.
One time me and Steven, we went to like the same video game store, and we were looking like at like the retro stuff. The owner was selling a copy of E.T. Somehow he got his hands on E.T. And so Steve's like, just hypothetically, how much do you want for this cartridge? Because he could add it. He wanted to add it to his collection. And the owner just looks at him. And he's like, "For you, I'll give you $2 for it."
Did the owner know what they had? Did the owner know what they had?
Oh, they knew what they had, but he just didn't care, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, look, if
Because I guess
I still feel like he wasted his money, because he could have very easily just dug a hole, and chances were there's a copy of E.T. in there.
No, that's New Mexico. That's New Mexico.
Then go to New Mexico.
no, I guess he was ready to sell it because people were coming into the store making jokes about the game all the time, and it was just starting to really piss him off.
I mean, to
I
be
mean, you
fair,
can't really
to be fair, that whole game is a joke.
Mm.
Yeah, you can't really get mad at basically people making jokes about ET.
Mm. Well, granted, that owner since then he sold the store, so like a new owner kind of took over, and the new owner is actually a lot more chill. Like he even makes like jokes about like the really bad games.
Yeah.
Because Steve had told him about like the previous owner gave him like the game for like $2. The new owner's like, I would have gotten you to pay me like 100 grand for it.
You know, it's funny that you mention that because I actually remember there was a time where I wanted to get into Devil May Cry. I think it was a month after the announcement of Devil May Cry 5. So I at one point went to the CEX in my city, and I already had Devil May Cry 1. I still haven't played it, but this was at a time when I only had when I only got €2 per week as my allowance. So I decided to get Devil May Cry 2 for my collection, and the guy at the CEX was basically like, "Are you sure about that?" Like, yeah. Even if the game is shit, I do want it for my collection. And then I end up never playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not because because the game is shit. It's just because I haven't sat down and really played Devil May Cry yet.
Devil May Cry 2 is the weaker of the games. I personally consider DMC weaker than that, though.
Wait, if you say DMC, do you mean Devil May Cry 1 or Devil May Cry Remake? Or Reboot?
Ninja Theory.
Okay. Wow, I guess that blew you away.
Shut up.
I think one of the rarest games I have it's from my Sonic collection, and it's a cartridge of Knuckles Chaotic.
Yeah, honestly, I would consider that rare.
Yeah. I think the rarest game that I
was actually very lucky to get that.
Like, I think the rarest game that I own is my PS2 copy of Persona 4. Like,
I have no idea what blew me. I have no idea what blew me, to be straight honest. At that point, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure you were supposed to say who blew me.
It blew you away.
The fan was off. You hear it. It's like the fan's off.
If the fan is off, I cannot hear it.
I know.
Because
like
the fan is off.
Anyway, I think I would kind of want to say one of the rarest games I have. I mean, I don't have the case for it. But I want to say maybe Sheep Raider or Time Busters.
I remember Sheep Raider.
Dot Hack. The first Dot Hack game. Period. Not Yeah. And I honestly I think this one is rare because I don't see it a whole lot. Bleach Soul Resurrection on the PS3.
Right.
What game?
The Bleach Muso on PS3.
Eat it out from me.
The Bleach Muso on the PS3.
Hang on, I'm gonna quickly
nice.
look through my collection, but I don't think I'm going to find like anything super rare. Like I said, if Persona 4 is the rarest game that I've got, there's what's happening right now?
We found the airship.
Don't worry, I'll get you out of here.
Anyway, I'm looking through my games, and there really isn't anything where I would say like, yeah, this is this is rare.
You're really starting to bug me. I'll never cooperate
Although
with you.
I do have this one game. It's called Champion Jockey.
Natalie, why are you
Jockey
looking
and
at
Gallop
Jake?
Racer. It's on the PS3 and it's from Koei Tecmo.
Stop it! Let go of us!
I don't know if it's a rare game, but I know that when I tried to trade it in at CEX, they had no records of the game
Really
existing.
mad. It's time to get rid of you once and for all.
Okay, what else have I got? I've got Guitar Hero Live on the Wii U, but that's because nobody wanted to play that game. Yeah, no, I really couldn't tell any if any games that I have are necessarily rare. I mean, I have the 3DS version of The Sims 3, if that is rare. I've got a
Here you have
PC,
one comparison.
I've got PC copies of Lego Racers 2, Lego Bionicle, and that's it.
I still have my copy of Lego Racers too for like PC.
I never owned Lego game on PC as a kid. Also,
Looks like it's not rare then. If I'm not the only one in this call who has it.
Also, one difference that this boss fight has over the night, you can get cookies here.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. What kind? Chocolate chip?
I like
The
it.
health cookies. The health cookies.
Yeah, what kind are they?
So if they're health cookies, they're probably something healthy like I want to say raisin.
Oh boy! I love my COVID vaccine flu shot cookie. They're my favorite.
Boo.
Hey, don't boo COVID vaccines. Those things could save your life.
I'm booing you.
For what?
That horrible joke.
For that joke.
It's not horrible. That's your opinion. Piss off. Why don't you die in a flu shot?
Wow.
I want to state, just in case I accidentally violate any of YouTube policies, that was a joke. I do not wish harm. I do not wish harm upon anyone, except for the French.
God damn it, Edgy.
Oh, fuck you.
I said the French, not the French Canadians. I
Is there a difference?
Yes.
D-pad?
I'm part French, you idiot.
Yeah, but you speak English, so that doesn't. So that doesn't make you like every other French person I met.
I just want you to know, Edgy, I hate you.
Go. We still good for next Friday.
What's next Friday?
Recording.
Oh, yeah, I should be able to record. Depends. Work's been killing me, guys.
No, you're fine. And no, Edgy was still pulling it as like, no, we're just friendly ribbing. We're just friendly ribbing. That he's ribbing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't actively hate each other.
Out with Edgy. I've learned that from hanging out with these two.
I hate having to shoot a flying thing that moves. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm good at those.
Although I will take a moment. I love how this is like armored flying vehicle and whatnot, but it goes down like by a mere punch or in its fuck me spot.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I always just love it
Okay.
when the biggest of threats can be easily
Just
overcome.
taken out with a simple because it has the glowing red fuck me light.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, question, guys. Doesn't this thing look like that beetle from like Sonic Adventure 2? Like that thing that Sonic battles like in the city? Like after you finish City Escape?
It kind of does. Yeah.
A little bit. I honestly, if you
Say I ripped
said
this-
the egg hawk, I would consider that a bit more. I also could see it as a little bit like a Peepo helmet.
Oh Jesus! Is he showing his
You
belly?
made it this far.
He's a monkey.
Still, if this game came out in this day and age, I would never
Monkey.
fly.
I'm okay. He wears clothes in the other two games.
I just had another brilliant thought.
Okay, but that's too little, too late.
See you later. You can be sure of that. See ya. Hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
So, is this part where the game, quote unquote, ends?
No. No, we have one more stage.
Okay. I also love how that cutscene was like, "Hey, where are you going?" And then it ends and then it does the
Yay,
whole stage
I
clear
win.
transition.
I win. And because Professor and Natalie are still kidnapped, we still don't have anyone to say we did a good job.
That's quite depressing, to be honest.
Good job, you. Good job.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Wow, if that's going to be your attitude, we might as well just end the episode right now.